For the next 7 years, your thoughts, habits, and maybe even your relationships are going to be tossed around like confetti in a tornado. So buckle up if you've been stuck in a rut, because Uranus in Gemini isn't going to gently nudge you forward. It's going to flip the rod upside down, shake up every loose idea, and then toss it back at you with a cosmic wink. And yes, you will change your mind, and then probably change it again. To understand Uranus, we don't need myths, we need physics. Because astrology wasn't created from legends, it was created from the observation of the planets. So let's look at the planet itself, because Uranus truly behaves like the rebel it symbolizes. And nothing about Uranus follows the rules. While every planet rotates neatly like a well-behaved cosmic kid on its axis, Uranus rolls around the sun like a drunk barrel. Sideways, completely unbothered, zero respect for the planetary etiquette. It didn't choose this way. It was forced in this position with a collision with a planet twice as the size of Earth. It was a catastrophic event. And instead of breaking apart, Uranus just said, "Fine, I roll forever, watch me." This is why Uranus symbolizes resilience through disruption, reinvention after the shock, the unexpected event that forces a new direction, and the ability to keep moving forward after the unthinkable. Uranus proves there's always another way, another method, another identity, and sometimes the collapse is just the beginning. Uranus is the cosmic makeover artist. A new haircut, a new belief system, a new partner, quitting your job at 3 a.m. because suddenly you become convinced that you need to be a beekeeper. That's Uranus energy. And in Gemini, this tendency becomes amplified, bringing rapid change and the joyful dissonance of doing things your own way, even if it makes zero sense to anybody else, including you. So if you decide that the best way to win a marathon is by hopping on one foot, Uranus supports you. And you may change tracks, change shoes, change life philosophies, but that weird choice, it may just stick. So expect strange fashion choices, strange speech patterns, strange everything. Not bad strange, just Uranus strange. The odd one out. The sideways spinning planet inside all of us. And at first, it may feel wrong, misaligned, like wearing a shoe in the wrong foot. But then slowly you realize, oh, wait, this is me after all. Because when Uranus hits, your true self bursts out. Sometimes because of growth, sometimes because of boredom, sometimes because you're simply done pretending. Gemini delights in variety, curiosity, flexibility, and that childlike urge to take something apart just to understand how it works. It disassembles ideas like IKEA furniture, except Gemini almost never will read the manual. It questions everything: the story, the system, the reality, and it delights in offering three alternative explanations before you even finish a sentence. And with Uranus here steering the pot, Gemini natural inventiveness may achieve unprecedented levels. Or unprecedented instability. Possibly both. The way we communicate, learn, and shape our beliefs may shift dramatically during this period. some for innovation, some for global crisis that feel like a plot twist nobody asked for. And you may find yourself suddenly jumping through jobs, relationships, hobbies, or identities, like you browsing through Netflix and you cannot commit to a movie. Either way, expect the foundations of communication to be rewritten. Information, education, the media, nothing is safe from revision. For many, commitment may feel difficult during this time, the same as to finishing up projects, because the mind simply keeps moving faster than the heart. And the tendency is to shoot in every direction without actually landing anywhere. You try one thing and another, without sticking to any of them long enough to finish up what you have started. So it is important to understand during this time when to stop shuffling, when to commit, and block out other distractions. It is said it's best to have one bird in the hand than two flying. We are heading into a possible wave of technological leaps that may happen so rapidly that our current reality may become unrecognizable in a matter of years. Innovation may appear in floods, not trickles, reshaping everything from how we learn to how we verify truth or define reality. But with rapid advancements comes an equally rapid descent into chaos. And let's be clear, information is not wisdom. Not all data is truth, and not everyone using technology will have noble intentions. There is the risk of information being exploited, manipulated. There may be scam, and there may be the use of the new technological tools to control rather than liberate. Some will use innovation to heal, connect, and build. Others will use to scam your grandma on WhatsApp. Remember, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And wisdom requires slowing down enough to actually process information. So Uranus in Gemini may, yes, accelerate our minds, but it also reminds us that awareness is our real superpower. Gemini is the sign of twins, partnerships, dualities, mirrors. So during Uranus in Gemini, one-on-one dynamics may intensify. Soulmate union for some, sworn rivalries for others. Some may form a Bonnie and Clyde alliances. Powerful chaotic duos united for a common cause. Others may find themselves clashing with a silent adversary that represents the part of themselves they have been ignoring. This transit can also activate the fear of the other, the shadow twin, the rival, the replacement, the person who could take your place. And this unfortunately can intensify power struggles, distrust, and competition. Ultimately, it's by looking at the other that we see ourselves and the parts we are yet to claim. And as we go through the process of battling our demons against somebody else's reflection, idea, or belief, we may begin to awaken to that part in us that needs to be accepted, forgiven, healed, and understood. In any case, Uranus in Gemini is an opportunity to wake up to more consciousness and more awareness of what it means to be human. How are we more alike than we think? And how we may serve as mirrors to each other.